everyone, and welcome to the Year 10 Parent Information Evening. My name's Mari Omand, I'm the Year 10 leader here at Marrickville High School. We've had a rather strange start to our year, with our cohort being online for the last 2 weeks, but it's been wonderful to have our students back with us this week, and I welcome you to tonight's presentation. I'd like to introduce you to Alona Flockhart, who is our Aboriginal education teacher, and Zoe Bonnie, who is our Seto, to give our Ghana welcome.
Nainari, Zoe Wariu Bonnie.
Nainari, Alona Katanya Flockhart.
Namani. Mani Nadu Tampandi. Ghana Miena. Yaita Matanya. Wamatadanyuku. Nadu Tampandi. Ghana Puki Ana Miena. Puki Puki Nangu. Ghana Balgana Yalaka. Ta Kariarakuma. Yalaka Nadlukana Yatanga Imporindi. Ghana Miena. Yaita Matanya. Wamatadanyuku.
It's good that we recognise that the Ghana people are the Indigenous custodians of the Adelaide Plains. We acknowledge Ghana elders both past, present and future, and that we're meeting on Ghana land today.
I would now like to introduce our principal, Mr. John Tibber, to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the 2022 information meeting. And a special welcome to parents new to our school community. If you thought last year was a hectic one, I anticipate 2022 will have significant known and unknown challenges. The outstanding way we rose to the many challenges of last year has prepared us well for the exciting year ahead. What does it mean to be a member of our school community? It's based on respect, trust, optimism, commitment to the support that's needed for your child to excel and achieve their goals. What does it mean to be a Marrickville High student hasn't changed. We expect that they do their best, live by the school values, seek support when needed and offer it when required, set goals that they strive to achieve and add value to our school community. I'd like to congratulate last year's Year 12 students for their outstanding results that they achieved, and also the staff and faculties who worked hard to support their students. It is important to have a culture of striving to be the best school in Australia, but more importantly, it is the focus on having everyone achieving their best. As a result of the hard work of staff, students over many years, we have an excellent reputation in South Australia as a high-performing academic school that places a priority on well-being of our students. We have a responsibility to our school community to continue to set the bar high of ourselves, our colleagues and our students as we strive to pursue excellence in what we offer. Key to our success is the support we offer each other and also the consistent implementation of our expectations. The big priorities for this year, it's the partnership between parents and staff working together for the best outcomes of their child. Our school values, vision and framework are relatively new, and we need clear understanding so our culture and expectations consistently implemented by all. We will continue investing in our staff to develop courses, resources and pedagogy for the implementation of the recommendations of the curriculum review. We will continue to improve our facilities and resources aligned with our master plan. And we'll soon see come online the Pines building to help us accommodate extra student enrolments. It is important that we ensure that Year 7 and 8 students new to the school add value to our school culture and strive to meet our expectations. It is also important we continue the promotion of student voice and involvement in their learning and school community. Finally, thank you for the great start to the year in quite challenging circumstances. We are a united school community with a common goal, preparing your child to be a productive member of society. Thank you.
If you have any questions throughout the evening, please just use the YouTube chat and we will do our best to get back to you with those at the end of the presentation. We have a very clear vision of our school here at Marrickville. Our vision for our students is to thrive in a transforming world. Our purpose is to learn, grow and live together as one community. Our values, we work very hard on our values here at Marrickville to live with the acronym CARA, which is a Ghana word for River Red Gum. KARA stands for kindness, achievement, respect, resilience and accountability. Part of our vision is to make a big school feel small, and a large part of this is our house system. We renewed our house system and relaunched it in 2021. The idea for our houses is to create micro communities within our school where students feel as though they belong. Last year, we had lots of whole school events which raised money for a range of charities. You can see in 2022 house events that are listed above, and we have similar events that will continue in semester 2. In front of you now are our intermediate student house leaders and our house captains. We have a comprehensive student leadership program here at Marrickville where our students are encouraged to apply for leadership positions within their houses and their home groups. Our school is broken into 3 separate hubs: middle years, intermediate years and senior years. Your young person is in year 10 and is part of the intermediate hub. I'm the year 10 leader, and Elena Harrison, who I work very closely with, is the year 9 leader. Troy Walters, who is here this evening, is our wellbeing leader for the intermediate hub. We also have a youth worker who works with us. We have had a change in this position this year, as our former youth worker has won a teaching role within our school. So we hope to appoint a new person to this position very soon. I'd like to invite you to listen to Troy Walters, who is our wellbeing leader, to talk about some wellbeing within the intermediate hub.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for taking the time to join us tonight. I'm the wellbeing leader for the intermediate hub, but more importantly, I work as a part of a team to support student wellbeing, which includes myself, 2 year level managers, and a youth worker. Home group teachers also play a very important role in this wellbeing role. Our wellbeing service aims to support students to manage their school and out of school life and develop skills to be able to do so effectively in their futures. We offer a responsive, solutions-focused initial counselling service, which offers support to manage relationships with peers, teachers and family, to support and to manage issues of concern for young people, information about referrals to other support agencies, support to encourage attendance and learning at school, course and career guidance. We also offer early intervention strategies for identified students. These include out-of-class experiences that may focus on such issues as social emotional learning, conflict resolution, anger management. Referrals to help agencies such as CAMS, Headspace and registered training organisations is also part of my role, and hopefully I can direct people to relevant therapeutic services. I'm also responsible for off-site learning programs within the intermediate hub, but also the senior school, and I am the school contact for all flow enrolments. As part of the school service, we offer School TV as an ongoing resource that is available to Marrickville High School families. The resource is designed to inform and support parents and caregivers around major youth issues that impact young people in today's complex society. Parents, caregivers often need clear facts based on information on the many challenges of adolescence. Topics include youth anxiety, depression, self-harm, drug and alcohol use, and cyberbullying. Resources include expert interviews, fact sheets, recommended apps, books, and much more. School TV is a resource that aggregates information from sources such as Beyond Blue, Reach Out, into a single stream of independent factual information. You can access the School TV via the Student Wellbeing tab on the school website.
I'd now like to introduce you to Laura Hudson, who's the Wellbeing and Career Pathways Leader in our senior school, to talk more about our Student Life program.
Yes, hello and good evening. Today I'd like to start by talking about the Student Life program. The Student Life program runs on Monday and Friday for a single lesson, and this program will resume in week 5 of this term. We have a comprehensive program, and the aim of the program is to help students understand their community, keep students safe during a risk time in their lives, improve students' understanding of how they learn best, build positive relationships, plan for their future pathways and transition, develop their capabilities. The key features of the Student Life program for Year 10s is for them to establish goals and to reflect on their goals, establish group routines and relationships. There will be presentations on cyber safety, and SAPOL will be talking to our young people. The Department for Education will roll out a wellbeing and engagement survey so we can track students' wellbeing across the school. Class meetings and assemblies. This year, which is new, is the World of Work Challenge, and I'll talk about that in a moment. We'll talk about the snow tour and work experience that Year 10s have the opportunity to engage with. City School, introducing to SACE, VET and other pathways. We'll look at the course counselling process for 2023. Students will have an opportunity to be introduced to the research project, the SRC elections, and we will celebrate Year 10 in Term 4. All going well this year, we very much are planning towards a snow tour and also work experience. For students who are going on the snow tour, you'll hear in a few moments from Courtney, who will talk to you. And then those who don't choose to go on the snow tour will be able to participate in work experience or some other community involvement.
Hi all, welcome to the Year 10 Information Evening. I'm Courtney Gare here. I'm the head of PE at Marrickville High School, and I'm going to be presenting about the Year 10 Snow Tour this year. First thing to make clear is that at this stage we are hopeful that it will go ahead. We have still got restrictions in place by the Department for Education, one of which is no interstate travel, but we're hoping that over the next couple of months that all gets cleared up and we will be able to go interstate. So at this stage we'll plan and forge ahead, but if anything changes we will let you know as soon as we can. So when and where is the tour? So the tour is in week 4, term 3, for the dates of leaving on the Saturday, August the 13th at 9 p.m. in the evening. And then we will get back on Saturday, the 20th of August, about 6:30 in the morning. So obviously we need everyone to arrive to the bus on the Saturday the 13th on time so we can leave on time. And then the students will all let you know on their way home the ETA, a more accurate ETA, so that you guys can get to the school and pick them up without them having to wait around too long because they will be extremely tired. The tour is actually in Mount Hotham Snow Resort, which is in Victoria, and we stay in a lodge called the Alberg, and that is a ski and ski out lodge. So that means that in good snow conditions, we can actually put our skis on out the front of the lodge and ski down to the first run, which is pretty amazing. So what's involved? The students will ski or snowboard for 5.5 days. So on the first day we get up there, on the Sunday afternoon, we'll actually get out on the slopes and we'll just do some introductory stuff with that group. They will then partake in skiing or boarding for the next 5 days. Each of those days they'll have a 1.5 hour lesson with professional instructors who are up on the mountain, and for the rest of those days they will be in small groups with a Marrickville staff member or a Marrickville volunteer person. All of the volunteers and the Marrickville staff that go have excellent experience on the snow, and many have done this trip multiple times. So at night, we make sure that the students all stay in the lodge. They have a curfew to be back in the lodge, which is before dark. And once they're back in the lodge, they're not allowed to leave again. If they have to leave the lodge during the day for any reason at all, so if they want to go over to the supermarket, for example, and get some food, they must sign out and inform the staff member who's on duty where they're going and what time they'll be back. They have to go with at least 2 other people, and they have to sign in when they come back and make sure we know that they're back. The only difference to that is on the night skiing night, which is Wednesday night, we will take all the students over to Big D, which is one of the beginner slopes in Mount Hotham, and they will have an opportunity to do night skiing. The slope is fully lit. There's only one ski lift in that area that they can access, and it is overlooked by a cafe where they can get warm drinks if they want to have a break from skiing or boarding. On that night, as I said, all students have to go. There's not an option to go because all staff will also be there. So we don't have enough staff to cover kids not being at that location. It is important that if your student would like to go on the snow tour this year, that they get in early and make a decision, because we have got a maximum number of places. The approximate maximum at this stage is 150 students. That could change depending on COVID restrictions, but at this stage we are saying 150 students. And to secure their place, you will need to pay a non-refundable deposit of $200. The non-refundable deposit of $200 will be due on Friday, week 7, which is the 18th of March. When you pay your deposit, you'll also be asked to indicate whether your student would like to be a skier or a snowboarder. Once they've nominated, there's not much room for movement, because we do employ, or we do get our volunteers based around the numbers of skiers and boarders that nominate. We do have people who are specialised in one of those 2 areas. So if we have 50 snowboarders register, we will make sure we have enough staff to cover 50 snowboarders. And a lot of the time we can't change people from one activity to the other. So have a good think about which one you might like to do. So the next part is physically demanding. So the tour is very physically demanding on the students as well as the staff that are on it. You will be on the slopes for 5.5 days. You will get some break times during the day where you come in and you refuel with some food and some warm drinks. But most of the day you will be expected to be on the slopes with your group. So prior to going, we do expect the students to agree to a behaviour contract. One of the big points of the behaviour contract is that if a student gets suspended prior to the trip leaving, that will jeopardise their place on the trip. And most of the time it will result in the removal of the student from the trip. As well as this, we do have in the contract that the student's behaviour on the trip has to be upheld, and that if a student doesn't do the right thing by the behaviour contract, then they do also risk being sent home from the trip. That will also be at the parent's expense. So the parents will actually have to come and collect their child from Mount Hotham. We cannot send students home by themselves unattended. So an adult would have to come over and collect the student from Mount Hotham, which you can imagine is quite costly. As well as this, there's an attendance agreement. So we are looking for students to maintain less than 10% unexplained absences. Whilst we realise that some students have more than 10% absence, we don't want them to be unexplained. So if a student is away for any particular reason, it should be the school should be notified so that those absences don't go down as unexplained. If there is more than 10% unexplained absences, we'll be having discussions with the parents of those students and the students themselves to try and work out why they have such a high unexplained absences rate. As well as the behaviour contract, we also expect the students to attend and participate in a number of tutorial sessions. This is firstly to educate the students on the dangers of the Alpine region. They will learn the Alpine Responsibility Code and the right and the wrong things to do when they're on the mountain. We do teach them safety precautions if they do get separated from their group, what they need to do and who they need to contact. And we do make them do a test to make sure that they have understood all of the Alpine Responsibility Code and the safety precautions. They have to get 80% pass to guarantee they can get on the slopes. We do always get everyone on the slopes. It just takes some students more tests than others. So we do give them multiple opportunities to achieve the 85%. But they have to, at some point, get the 85% before they're allowed on the slopes. As well as that, we do have meetings to discuss things like ski groups and dorm arrangements, which they all need to be in attendance of. So as I said before, to secure your spot, you will need to pay $200 as a deposit via the Quicker app on your smartphone or on the website. Sorry, I've just seen a typo there. And as I said before, the Quicker app closure will be Friday, the 18th of March, which is the end of week 7 at 5 p.m. So please make sure you get those registrations in by that time. To access Quicker payments, you can do it two ways. The web version, so if you go onto the school website and go to payments, you can find the make payments on the Quicker site down at the bottom here. Or you can go onto your smartphone. If you have the Quicker app already downloaded, you can just locate the school. And then you will go to the child that you want to register for the snow tour. Then you'll go to school payments and go to cancer and excursions, and you'll select the snow tour, which isn't up yet, but it will be on this little bit here. There'll be Year 10 snow tour. And when you complete that information, there'll be some questions that we ask you to fill out to secure your place. One of those questions will be for you, like I said before, to select either skiing or snowboarding. And then it will also ask you what your ability level is like already as a skier or a snowboarder. So most of our groups are first timers, we find, that come up to the snow. They will be the people that have never been to the snow, never seen the snow before. The next group could be beginners, so somebody who's been up maybe once or twice before. They have some experience. They might have done some green runs. They might have even done a blue run or two, but I've only been a couple of times. They would be our beginners. Intermediates are people who are doing blue runs fairly easily, and they've been multiple times to the snow. And then we've got our advanced group. So we generally have a small number of advanced people, and they are the people that have been many times to the snow. They have experience on black runs and would be confident to take on some more challenging skiing or boarding opportunities. So the costing of the trip, it is a fairly expensive trip, but it's also a week-long trip. And the alpine environment is an expensive environment. So not only is food expensive up there, but accommodation is expensive, transport to the fields is expensive, and lift tickets and ski lessons are very expensive as well. So the approximate cost at the moment is $2,000. I have not got exact figures from all of the suppliers yet because of COVID. So this figure will definitely get updated, and as soon as I know the exact costings of the trip, I will send a letter home to families to confirm what the costing of that trip is. Now this price doesn't include the extras down the bottom there, so ski clothing, insurance, spending money and hoodies. Those will all be added on to the cost of the trip. You can choose to borrow your own ski clothing. You can hire through us if you would like to. You can hire through some places in Adelaide, or you can purchase your own ski clothing if you feel like you might keep going. Insurance, we do have a small insurance covered in the cost, but we do recommend you get extra insurance to cover injury, because our insurance does not cover injury. And spending money, students like a little bit of spending money to go buy souvenirs or to go get hot drinks while they're up there. And hoodies are a bit of a snow tour favourite. They all get, or a lot of them get, a hoodie which we will source for them and order before the trip leaves. I think that's about it. So I'm hoping I've covered most of the questions that you might have. But like I said, if you have got another question that you would like to ask me, then if you call through to the school, they can direct you my way, and I'll be happy to talk to you and answer any other questions you might have. All right. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thanks, Courtney. Courtney and I will be talking to the students on Monday of next week about both the snow tour and the work experience options for week 4 of term 3. So now I'd like to introduce you to something new for 2022, and that's the Students Pathway website that's been developed by the Department for Education. So students in years 7 to 12 have the opportunity to go onto this website, and this website will support them in self-led career exploration, discovering careers in demand across South Australia and the study pathways to get there, build their CV, and which can be shared with employers, find a school-based apprenticeship, traineeship or work experience. This website offers students 4 key features. The first one is the World of Work Challenge. So all Year 10s are going to be introduced to this tomorrow. And the World of Work Challenge is where students can, when they complete 50 hours of work-related experiences, they will receive a certificate. When they've completed 100 hours of work-related experiences, they will get a certificate, plus we will give them 10 Stage 1 credits. So some examples of how they would collect their 100 hours include students who have a part-time job. They can use 20 of those hours. Students will be engaged in career research activities through City School, and so they'll be able to use 10 hours. Those who do work experience will have a 5-hour program where they have to prepare for that, and then once they're involved in work experience, they can use 30 hours of their work experience for their World of Work Challenge. So that's just an introduction for now, and of course there's lots of opportunities to engage with the World of Work Challenge, and I'm absolutely guaranteed by the end of Year 10 all students would have completed their 100 hours. Also, one of the key features is the CV Builder. Students will do this as part of City School Task 1, and they're all going to build their CV, and they can share that with employers. They will also have the opportunity to search for school-based apprenticeships, traineeships, and get involved with employers who post opportunities on the website. And they're going to be able to browse industries and understand their different career pathways, because in term 3, when they go into subject selection for 2023, we would hope that they've done some research and they're ready for those subject selections. So again, we're introducing this to students tomorrow, and hopefully they'll be coming home really excited about this challenge. The last thing I want to talk to you about is the new subject for 2022 called City School. So all of your young people are involved in this subject, and this subject replaces the PLP that was done during home group in 2021. It's a compulsory subject that must be completed with a C grade or better. And they need to do that because they're going to get 10 credits towards, say, Stage 1. In this subject, students explore their capabilities and their passions. The research will go beyond the classroom, and we'll be taking them into the city for a week-long learning experience. And a part of that experience will be a great race of Adelaide and all sorts of other great opportunities to explore the city of Adelaide. Then they're going to be able to reflect on those experiences as part of one of the assessment tasks. Students will also set goals and learning connected to their areas of interest, and they're going to devise what we call a passion project, and they'll be able to get involved with that passion project, and with a lot of students that will then help lead into research project when they get into year 11. Students will also engage in career exploration that will inform their decisions about subjects that they will choose for year 11 and 12, and they'll also get the opportunity to explore the kinds of prior learning and prerequisites needed to go on to university and TAFE pathways. So there are 4 tasks in this subject. 1 is the capabilities, 2 is career exploration, 3 is the passion project, and 4 is the reflection. If you have any questions about this subject, I'm coordinating this subject for all of the year 10s and the classes, and I would love to have a chat with you about it. Thanks very much for your time.
Thanks, Laura. I just wanted to now briefly touch on our student expectations. Our vision is to have young people thriving with great attitudes and lots of knowledge. Our students are at the centre of everything we do, and our policies and expectations help guide and support them to thrive within our school community. We've recently refined and streamlined our uniform policy, and we've created what we affectionately know as our Marrickville uniform menu, where students are encouraged to select the parts of the uniform they feel most comfortable in from the menu. This enables our students to self-correct by using positive behaviour for learning approach to ensure our school community uphold our high expectations around wearing our uniform correctly. The main parts which we felt needed some clarity were the length of the shorts, skirts and dresses, and our all black leather enclosed shoes with plain socks. As we know with education, every day a child is away from school impacts on their learning. We understand that there are times that a child might need to be absent from school, and we ask that you contact the school directly to let us know of those times. This is the role of subject teachers and home group teachers to follow up on any unexplained absences, so you may receive emails or phone calls for this reason, if you haven't already let the school know why your young person was not there. The Parent Day Map portal is an excellent resource for parents to be able to see their child's attendance, school assessments, term reports, and much more. If you need support in getting onto this portal, please contact a really helpful IT department, and they'll be able to reset your password and give you all the information you need to get onto the portal. Thank you for your attendance tonight. And if there are any questions that you would like to ask, please feel free to do so in the chat, and we will get on to that now. Okay. Yep. At the moment, it looks like there's no questions that you've got to ask, so you must have done a very good job of our presentation. But if you think of something in the next day or 2 and you'd like to get in contact with us, please feel free to do so, and call any one of us at the school, and we'll be really happy to get back to you. Thanks for your time this evening.